What's going on, guys? Welcome in to Kurt Magoosh Sports, and really interesting what ended up happening in this Michigan situation. Josh Gattis was on the board for the Michigan Wolverines, and since Jim Harbaugh went to go explore an NFL offer, Josh Gattis was wondering if he would get a vote of confidence that he would be the next head coach at Michigan. And apparently, probably the Michigan people said that he would not be getting that type of promise. So because Jim Harbaugh decided to go, look at the NFL, he ended up losing Mike Macdonald, and now they end up losing Josh Gattis, and they're so far late in this program. It's Jim Harbaugh again. He wanted to see what the NFL was like. I think being at Michigan is a lot better spot. You coach in a great place. You live in a great place. The NFL is so turbulent year to year. The fan bases are pretty crazy. I know Michigan fans are crazy, but, the media in the NFL is not fun, and they're going to find ways to critique you in any possible way. The rules in the NFL are ever-changing in terms of the way that the game is played. I know that college rules are changed, but you're more stable in college football than you are in the National Football League. So I look at the NFL and I look at college, and in college you have more power. You can dictate your roster better. I said that Josh Gattis should get a look if he was going to be a head coach. Maybe he wanted a full vote of confidence. This was all made possible because Jim Harbaugh ended up flirting with the NFL. If he wouldn't have done that, then Josh Gattis, maybe would have went to Virginia or whatever, except Miami gets a really good offensive coordinator now. Mario Cristobal works his assistants pretty hard, but they have a really good quarterback in Tyler Van Dyke, and it's a shame. I think Josh Gattis liked those kids. I think Josh had a great relationship with the team, and now, Mike Macdonald is gone, so now it's causing, a huge rift in the program in general, the Michigan Wolverines. And for Jim Harbaugh, the fact that he's now staying at Michigan, maybe his whole flirtation will now lead Michigan to believe that Jim Harbaugh will now be more likely to stay because of all this that goes on. Overall, I don't think the program got better. I think losing Macdonald, replacing Macdonald with Don Brown was a really smart hire by Michigan. It was brilliant, and now I think Mike Macdonald's going to be a head coach somewhere very soon because everywhere he goes, he succeeds. So I think that he's going to be a head coach either in the NFL or somewhere else. The Michigan people, how many times do you see a coordinator get elevated to a head coaching role? A lot of times you don't see that happen. It didn't happen at Virginia Tech. It didn't happen at any of these other schools. Alex Grinch didn't get the head job. It did happen at Notre Dame, but it doesn't happen a whole lot of places. So, overall, it's tough for Michigan. I don't know what they're going to end up doing. They have a lot of money, but Jim Harbaugh's going to have to be really creative now with this decision. I mean, maybe Michigan can go out and get Joe Brady as the offensive coordinator. Maybe Liam Cohen from Kentucky, who's a really good offensive coordinator, can go to Michigan. I mean, it's going to be fascinating. Who are they going to hire on offense? Who are they going to hire on defense? But again, this Jim Harbaugh thing has caused a ripple of effects with Josh Gattis leaving, with untrust between Harbaugh and the administration. And if you have another bad year, you're looking at a potential, blockbuster of a story. If Michigan State beats them, if Ohio State, who's supposed to be great, if they beat them, this is going to create a whole colossal of situations. And I think that the buyout's a whole lot less for the University of Michigan right now. Man, what a wild time, and, pretty unfortunate, but Jim Harbaugh kind of caused it to himself. Now, you could argue, Michigan was going to fire Jim Harbaugh, and Jim Harbaugh's had amazing success in the NFL, except he thought he would get the Vikings job, and he didn't have the foresight to know that he would not beat out Kevin O'Connell in that process. So, that's what ends up happening in Michigan. A lot of trouble, a lot of question, a lot of distraction.